friends, welcome to today's video. And in this video I am going to talk about the recently concluded warm-up game that has been played between Team India and England Women Development Squad. So let's talk about that game. I will be talking about that game briefly, brief highlights of that game, and then I will talk about the England squad that has been selected for the T20I series, and then last but not the least is my playing 11 for Team India for first T20I. And so let's get started. And in that warm-up game, India actually fielded a new opening pair in Meghna and Shafali Verma. They rested Smritimandhana in that game, and it was actually it was expected from Team India, because Smriti only played her last game on Saturday, the 100 final for Southern Braves, and she has been playing since she actually got COVID and then recovered, and she's actually playing non-stop cricket since then. Like, she played the New Zealand series, then World Cup, then the senior T20 trophy, then the T20 challenge, Sri Lanka series, then the Commonwealth Games, and now 100, and now the England series. I mean, look at the games, and I mean, she is playing non-stop cricket, and actually she needs some rest, and I really think that India need to rest her. I mean, it was a really good decision to give her some rest in the warm-up game, and not just in the warm-up game. India need to give her some rest in the upcoming series as well. They can rest her in the first and second T20. I really believe that. And as you have a great opening batter in Meghna, so really you don't need too much worry. And Meghna actually, she had a shaky start in the initial stage of her inning, and she wasn't quite middling the ball. But then in the Lindsay Smith over, after Pacers actually bowled, when Cammy Beaumont introduced the spinner, the left-arm orthodox Lindsay Smith, both Shafali and Meghna pounced on her, and actually in that over. That fifth over, India actually accumulated like 18 runs, so 2 boundaries and 1 boundary, and 2 sixes were there. So that was really a momentum shifting over that was. But when we actually think that India actually, the momentum is shifting when we think that India then loses wickets, and not just one wicket. They lost a couple of wickets in the last over of the power play to McDonald Gay, who is going through a great form. She is in a purple patch, the 18-year-old, and she actually took wicket in her first delivery of Shafali Verma, and then in the last delivery, the captain Harmanpreetkaur, who is actually going through a great form, but and she actually troubled her a lot with her in-swinging deliveries, and in the last delivery of that over, Harman finally gave up, and she couldn't read the line of the ball, and it was literally rattled the stumps. So yes, that was the thing, and then again India need to rebuild from that stage, and happy to see that actually Hemlata Dalan came at that stage, and Hemlata and Meghna are really good friends off the field as well, and they are teammates in the Railways team in the domestics, so for a very long time, so they have a really good understanding, and that was actually reflected on the field as well. Their partnership was really good. I mean, they were really literally sprinting, and Meghna and both Meghna and Dallin actually timing the ball really well. The Hemlata's cover drives are one of the thing that is the talk of the domestics actually, and it is really a highly praised thing, and we got the glimpse of that in the warm-up game as well. And Meghna is really a good player down the ground, and she was actually hitting the ball really well. But then again, she threw the wicket, and after accomplishing 50 runs again, they were gaining some momentum, and then they throw the wicket, and Meghna got out on 41, a well-made 41, and then again Richa came. Richa I mean, after that Richa, then Navgire came, the potential debutant actually for India. I mean, they really, and even Meghna and Pooja. I mean, all these batters really played well. Took some time on the in the initial stage, but then they tonked really good sixes like over the mid wicket, and really it was good looking shots down the ground. So those batters really played so well. Pooja's six over long on. I mean, that is a thing of beauty, and she really play that so well. Uh, so um, so we have seen glimpses of intent from these four batters, but again they take some time, and that is actually the problem. The problem lie in that because India, the problem that happens that we don't have players, a player like Gardner um, or maybe Nicholson, because these two batters really can go bonkers from ball one, and these four batters who are actually quite aggressive batters, these four batters I am talking about of in Team India, they actually take some balls in the initial stage, and that is actually a problematic, and yeah, I mean. We again, we that is why we lost moment, we lose momentum after every wicket, and we can't keep that scoring rate the same. I mean, India were cruising at one stage at 8 at 8 run rate. So which was really good. They even though their first 50 came at a slower pace, like on the in the 8th over, but their 100 runs came in the 12th over, in the 13th over. So it was actually quite 12.2, so it was quite fast actually. And but again, they had they had a base, but to launch a really good score from that point. But players like Navgire, who is a really new player, and then Richa Ghosh, who is who is a youngster, but still she has been playing for Team India, and she has got a long rope actually. If not the Commonwealth Games, she got some backing before that, but she has not been able to take those chances. So that is a really concerning thing. But in this game, she actually all these four batters actually showed a good intent, and hopefully they can convert these small starts to big ones in the actual games against England and in the upcoming all T20I games. So that is the thing. And about batting. And another fact is that they lost 6 wickets in 31 runs, and that 31 runs came in just 29 balls. So it was really not a good standard actually. They really play very slow in the last 5 overs, and when an over like 19th over, it was really dry after India lost Pooja Vastrakar's wicket in the 18th over. So yes, that is a problem. And India lost all their 3 wickets in the all the wickets. They just McDonald Gay actually took not only a 5-fer or a 6-fer, but she actually took an hat trick in the last over, and India just bundled out in 149, and even with 1 ball remaining. I really liked one thing is that in the bowling, though it was the match actually got abandoned due to rain, and it wasn't completed. But even the 2 overs we have seen, the opening pair, the bowling opening pair of Renuka Singh with Deepti Sharma, that was actually a good move to go with a spinner and a pacer, and we all know that how good Deepti Sharma is in the power plays. So I think and she actually brought the wicket of Mary Kelly. She stumped her. So that is that is actually shows the value of her, and it is good to go. It is a good move. So and English players actually they struggle against spinners, and we have seen that in the semi-final game as well. And they all struggled throughout the Commonwealth Games against spinners. So now let's talk about the England squad that has been selected, and we have seen that of course, Heather Knight has been rested. She is out of action for like rest of the year. So yes, she is definitely not there. But they actually made Nat Seaver as the captain in place of her. I mean, Nat Seaver wasn't captaining in the 100 actually. I mean, she actually wanted some rest, and she want to play. She want to express her own self, which is actually affected by the captaincy, and we can inevitably we can see that. So they definitely and her captaincy is also not the best. So actually this is going to be very interesting how Nat Seaver captains the side, and actually Heather Knight is an astute captain, and this is a huge shoes to fill. So it will be very interesting to see. And the experience, the veteran Catherine Brunt is also not there in this team. But in these two players' absence, Lauren Bell is coming. Lauren Bell really performed well in the 100, and she actually played well in the ODI series as well against South Africa. So yes, she has came back in the shortest format. So it is a very interesting. It is a really very interesting squad. If Nat Seaver don't if Nat Seaver doesn't captain, then uh, I think Amy Jones or Dunkley can be the other captaincy options, and I think they should try out those players, which is will be a very interesting thing. And their pace is also very raw and very inexperienced. So let's see how India cash on them. So it will be very interesting after the way India defeated them in the Commonwealth Games semi-finals. So it will be a very mouth-watering clash. And now let's talk about which is the ideal playing 11 for Team India. I really feel is that India should rest Mandana in this game, and Jemima too actually. So those two are out, and this is more or less the same. The team they played in the warm game, like Meghna, then Shafali, then Harman, Dal and Hemlatha, then Richa Ghosh, then KP Navgire, and of course now this will be very interesting. Like they have four off spinners, like in Dal and Hemlatha, then Deepti Sharma, Sneh Rana, and Harmanpreetkaur. Now will they rest Sneh Rana, as Sneh Rana is also going to bat very deep, so her batting is also not going to be utilized. So they can play Rajeshwari in her place, and I really feel that India need to play Simran Dil Bahadur in place of Meghna Singh, I think. And Renuka is obviously there. Pooja Vastrakar is also there. So bowling is covered, spin is also covered. So this is I think a good will be a good playing 11. This is the very problem. Like India lose the wickets in clusters. Like they had a good opening partnership, and then they lost back to back wickets, and then again they had three small good partnerships, but again they lost wickets in clusters in the last few overs, like 6 wickets, and 3 in the last over itself. So yes, that is the problem that India need to address, and that is actually, losing wickets constantly actually hinder the pace of of scoring run. So that is the thing India need to look, and how they actually keep the run rate as it is. That is the thing that India need to look. Hopefully we can get a good game. The game is going to start on 11:30 p.m. IST on 10th September. It will be on Sony Sports Network. Do watch, and